Hey there, this is Kermit the Streamer. We are doing Civilization VII. This is the second time I recorded for this game. I have played it quite a bit more. I still am just not really keen on most of the game systems here. But what's going on here? There we go. But I'm getting the hang of it, so seems like it's a good time to do another video. I'm not going to continue the one that we did from before because I've already learned a lot of things that have made me better at the game. I like Confucius. One of the things you want to pay attention to is these mementos. I don't know now how many of these you start the game with, but you do earn them as you play. The one I really like is Imago Mundi here. It turns the super scout ability into a much stronger super scout ability that really helps with exploring really quickly. And if you know your terrain better, it means you're going to make better cities and also just know where your enemies are coming from. I'll go ahead and go for the scientific attribute point here too. That's just going to guarantee that we're just a little tiny edge ahead of where we should be on science. I like Confucius because he's a science guy. He's got high growth rate and extra science from specialists, so we want to get our specialists online when we can. We also gain increased growth rate for every specialist in our cities as well. That's going to be important. I'm going to go ahead and use the geographically suggested civilization, the Han. This gives us access to the Chico New, the Shu de Hu. I don't know if I said that right. And the Great Wall. I do not care for the Great Wall, but the other things I think are okay. I'm gonna go Compass Plus. Every time I think the map is just too big. I'm finding this game very difficult on Viceroy for me. Yeah, I've been playing on Viceroy. And here we go. So, I'm going to ignore the tutorials. Those are really for brand new to the game players. But I'll try to give some basic heads up on how it works, how the game works. My understanding of it so far. I still haven't even gotten out of the first stage yet. I can't bring myself to play a game that long. It's funny, they said that they really focused on trying to make that be a thing, and I just find that the early game goes
Harmony
way too
reveals
slow.
itself through the shaping of energy, the cultivation of order. Now, the Han shall be its ministers. Right, most of the time settling in place is kind of the way to go. I do not like this start zone, though, because we don't really have any special resources nearby. As far as I can tell here, let's see, we've got horses, okay, and we've got silk. Silk, I believe, is 10% boost to culture, and horses is like +1 on cavalry units. So it's kind of a poor area to start here. We're always going to build a scout first.
The goody huts in this game are just too valuable to not go for them. So the first thing I like to do with this first scout, if I don't already know where some goody huts are, is just do this right away. When I've got Imago Mundi, you get a huge swath of land uncovered. And this is nice. We do have a good food resource. We have a good food and happiness resource over here. We've got a good happiness resource. I think iron is pretty good. It boosts the combat strength of your units, your infantry units. That I was right about horses. It's +1. So we've got some good stuff. I'd say the most notable things we have are the plus 15% gold. So we're going to want, let's see, I think we only get 3 squares out, maybe 4 tiles out. So we'll need a city over here to take advantage of this jade. I don't really care for marble. Wine can be good if you've got the ability to really maximize those happiness benefits. Alright, so just adding to our thing, we've got a very unexciting starting area this time. I have to say this is probably one of the most unexciting starting areas I've ever had. But we shall make the most of it. I think we go with pottery here. I don't think we need another settler, or scout rather, because this over here is an end. This over here is probably an end too, so we really only have one direction to scout in. So that being the case, I'm going to go ahead and make a granary first. This is not always a thing that I do. As a matter of fact, the benefit for it is pretty small at the start here, but one of the things about the warehouse buildings is that they do increase their strength when you expand in certain ways. So when I make a farm, when I make a food producing structure, it's going to boost the output of that granary as well. So it's just one of those things that it scales the longer it's in the game. So even though it starts out as a relatively underwhelming bonus, it's gonna grow pretty quickly. Let's see here. So I think I can get out to this fish, and I think that's the priority. Usually I like to pick up a hammer with my first thing, but I think this time it's just gonna make sense to beeline to these fish over here, I think. It's just gonna help boost our early growth. We are gonna need to spend some time boosting our hammers though. So this here gets us some fish, some fishy fish. And that does go into our capital, gives us +3 food, so we've got a lot of food going. We've got something like +7 food. And so normally when the game starts here, I want to see the city. You only get the square that your palace is on. It's going to have a default amount of food, probably like 7, 5, and 1. And then some amount of happiness. I'm not sure that 6 is, I think it's actually 5 because we're getting the happiness from working this square. Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't even start off getting gold when your first city is formed either. I'm only getting that because I've got the fish. I'm going to go ahead and maybe go up here. Yeah, to the dates as well. I'm not really in a hurry to get this 10% culture because it's not even going to be a full point worth of culture at this phase. Plus, I don't know, I don't think that if you take, like right here, if I take this culture thing, I don't think it does anything because I'm not researching culture yet. And as far as I know, any culture you are in before you're actually researching culture doesn't go anywhere. I would love for somebody to tell me I'm wrong about that because every time I've taken a culture thing, I just haven't seen any indication that it's actually given me any progress towards my first culture. So I'm going to take the science here for that reason.
All are made of clay.
I think that's probably I'm gonna pick Science Advisor. I always do when I'm playing the Science Civ, which is what I'm doing. We'll go ahead. Animal Husbandry too. I was curious to see if we upgraded any of our stuff. Don't think we did. So the way diplomacy works, there's usually a pay influence for option that gives you something. There's a free option that will usually give them something better and you just a little something. And then there's the negative option that hurts your relationship. I'm going to go ahead and, since I don't want to start off in an early war, I'm going to go ahead and go friendly greeting. That should reveal Ashok's capital to us. I'm also going to go ahead and open borders him. I don't have any other use for this influence right now, so it seems like it's a good plan. So he's all the way up here. So that does mean I want to forward settle into this area if I can. This area is probably pretty safe, like low priority to do. But that other area is going to be super important because I'm going to need to get out there before they do. There's an independent village. That one starts hostile, which means its units will actively seek out my guys and attack them. I haven't seen you really have to worry about scouts much, but these warriors and archers that they eventually start to deploy, they mean business, and they are a nuisance. So here's a good example. They want to have a local festival. We can both get a bunch of happiness if I'm willing to pay 60 influence. Well, guess what? I don't have enough influence, but I can do accept, and what that's going to do is it's going to give me more influence per turn, and he's going to get a powered down version of this. He's only going to get 2 happiness. Now he has, theoretically here, he has paid some number of influence to do this. That's why this works. That's why this is a game system. It's because he's spent some of his hard-earned influence to propose this deal to me. In exchange, he's going to get some happiness, and then I'm going to be able to get increased traction to be able to make my own thing. So typically I think one of the ways you have to start thinking about this game is what you want to do with your friends. You're not going to be able to do everything, and you're also not going to be able to really there's diminishing returns to really leaning into one thing. So like if there were 3 people in the game and I wanted to have research agreements with all of them, I'd get a lot of research, it'd be great. But then they're not going to like me for other reasons if the only thing I'm doing with them is that. And they're going to have other things they want from me. Like they have a thing where they can boost their military strength. And they have a thing where they can boost the amount of food your settlements produce. Basically, just depending on what your game needs are, you might have reasons to do or not do a thing. I don't even know if I'm going to pick up those dates, actually. I'll go with June because I'm not thinking this is a heavy threat at the moment. We're probably going to go ahead and throw a settler out there, and then we're going to start arming up, because that will be a problem. Go ahead and get our buildings, because I'd like to make a brick layer as well. I'm going to take the influences for now, because if I can get to 160, I can start making this a friendly thing. And while it's not high on my priority list, because I really want to befriend science city-states, befriending a military one can be good too, just because you don't want them attacking you. I'll go with writing. Alright. 7 turns to make a settler. I think we're going to go ahead and do it. That's really the only way we're going to get our gold at this phase of the game to start going up.
So now I can take a culture thing and it would be useful, but because I want the influence really bad to start turning this guy friendly, I'm going to go with that. Because otherwise, when I go to make my city over here, I'm going to have immediate, constant trouble. Pachacuti, alright, fantastic. Let's go ahead and do... It's going to set us back a little bit, but let's do a friendly rating. That way we get... Oh, he's right over here, so he's closer. He's probably the guy we want to not be friends with. So we can go to war. Oh boy, we're sandwiched between two hostile city-states. That's not good. I'm gonna make this my priority to befriend, though. Sir. Just because they're closer to this one, and if they're aggressive against this one, I'll be happier. Nope. Go ahead and grab a hammer here. We're gonna go ahead and try to get these horses into the fold. Oh, let's go ahead and start making these guys friendly. It costs 170 actually. Is that what it was? 170, yeah, 170 influence. So what happens is slowly this will tick up. We'll get a little bonus right here whenever this hits. And it as far as I know here, it's going to go all the way up to here, and then I'll be the suzerain. Because it's 2 per turn, and it's going to last 30 turns. So we'll get there, and then these guys will be ours. We can, at a certain point, once we've got 100 influence, we can speed it up. But we shouldn't need to. Even at this point, if somebody else starts this process, they're going to be behind us. So the only way that they'll overtake us in becoming suzerain is if they devote more influence to the action. So we've got this. We need to keep an eye on it. We need to monitor it, make sure that they don't try to take it over from us. All right, so we can super hyper forward settle, or we can go safe. I think I'm going to go safe. Because what I'd like to do is I'd like to go here. Well, I mean, I'd like to get all 3 of these. I just don't know whether it's going to be realistic. But let's go with the best one first. This one right here. And I did not see if there was a suggested location down here. No, there's not. So I don't even know. We may do one anyway, because there's no other way we're going to get the iron or the jade resource if we don't. But, okay, so we're going to go ahead and make a Chuko Nu. That's a good defender. We're going to station it up here.
We're gonna go this way to try and get the Cowlin. Cowlin. Cowleen. Cowleen? I'm not sure how to say that appropriately. So notice we got a thumbs up here. This guy's happy with us. Partway because we're doing an endeavor with them, and because we have a similar government. I'm going to go ahead and do that just so I can see up here, because otherwise I'm never going to see up there. Possibly.
The spoken word conquers all thought, but the written word commands.
Pachacuti, we like Pachacuti. We'll go ahead and do open borders.
Mm-hmm.
Gives us a little bit of extra money. Although our close friend is Ashok. I'm not going to do writing 2 right now because this codex needs a place to store. Actually, wait a minute. You do have 1 spot for the codex. I believe your palace. So we can get 1 codex. So that's fine. We'll do writing 2. We'll go ahead and make a warrior as well. And then we'll make another settler. Ah, right here. We've got a boat attacking our city. This gets to be a real problem if you don't respond quickly, because they can take your cities out. We'll go ahead and do open borders for some more monies. This is the kind of resource you want to see. You want to see some wool. You want to see... Camels are an interesting one. Camels just increase the number of resources you can have in a city. But wool's a good one. Cowlin's okay. I do like the dates and the fish. It's always good to get an iron or a horse as well. It just gives you a minor bump to all of your military units of the corresponding type. You know, iron's going to be your infantry units, and horses are going to be your cavalry. Whenever possible, you want your Chukonu to be firing directly neighboring units. It still works at a distance, at a range, but it's stronger when you're neighboring. So our defenses are, our district defenses are shot. Okay, this guy's gonna get significantly weaker now that I've hit him again. We'll go ahead and get the horses now. That's still just a good tile too, it's got a lot of yields. We could go ahead and do this if we really cared about happiness. I'm not going to. I'm going to do accept because they still like that. We're just not going to get as good a bonus as we would if we fully supported it. Very friendly at some point. Are we going to do an alliance with us? Could we do an alliance? Oh, it's not high enough. I don't want to spend this. I want to go ahead and start befriending Nagdapunan too. And, oh, this is a good thing. Ashok is already doing this. So in order to beat Ashok at this, I would have to put in the 170 and then also follow up on a later turn with the 100. I can still very much beat him out at that if I do that. It becomes a question of whether or not I want to. I'll go ahead and make a settler. It's really important, I think, to get these marked down. If you've got them, if you've got your expansion slots marked down with your you know, towns, then somebody else can't take them from you. Desert up here. There is.
I do not open up the truths to one who is not eager to get knowledge.
Our science buildings are stronger. We got an extra settlement limit. We can do culture in the palace now. I think one production, one science is better right now. We get some money, we get some culture. I think I'm going to go for the money. My target on the money is to try and get around 550 so that we can expand. So I'm going to kill this boat, and the problem is, oh no, I'm not killing that boat. It's unfortunate. But once I do kill this boat, then this other boat's just going to start attacking me. We'll go for mysticism right now. No, we're going to go for this one. That's going to give us our free commander. And that's just going to be kind of important. We're not doing buildings at the moment, so I'm going to do plus 20% food. And we're going to go ahead and add culture into our policy slot. Oh no, someone is trying to lure a shiver away from me, so I think we're just going to have to give up on the other one. We're going to go ahead and add 100 support. That's going to increase the speed at which we're gaining this, which should leave Pachacuti in the dust. We're just not going to ever get Nakapunan, so we just need to let that go, I think. Oh, we are going to get over here to see this area. Yeah, we'll get ourselves another Chico New. We're gonna need it to really get these freaking boats to stop bothering us. Yeah, we're gonna want to probably attack Pachacuti. We're gonna need to gear up for that. One of the things that's weird about this befriending system is that these units are attacking me, and they're going to continue to attack me until they're fully befriended. That's just how this works. And this is what we're going to
The
see.
spoken word
Oh look, we got to befriend level. That's good. That means that they're going to stop attacking Chengdu and allow us to keep it in peace. We're going to go ahead and go for sailing right here. Should allow us to maybe find some ways to accelerate our money supply. I don't like this because if I go here, I'm going to get attacked. If I go over here, I'm less likely to get attacked. So that's where we're going. So our great work situation. Okay, we got our codex in there. Codexes will give you two sides, although there are different kinds of codices, I think, as well. It's just your first one's going to be the two sides one, typically. So now we're going to send our other guys off this way. We're just going to be looking to park a general near them and to try to get some experience on that general we're about to get. In 7 turns we'll get our first army commander. That's what I've been calling a general. We'll go ahead and shoot at this guy. We're probably gonna get shot out of there. Oh, we're gonna get shot at. Try to shoot at them though. One of the nice things about range units is they don't get any fire back. We're going to go here because we want to make sure that we beat Pachacuti
this down here. 'Cause he's taking the lead again. He must have dipped some more money in, or some more influence in. So we're gonna need to dip some more in if we're gonna have any chance of him not overtaking us. So we're gonna 4 per turn. What it's gonna do? A settler. Now seems like a good time to go ahead and put this library down. So there's a trick you can use. You go here, and it's going to replace the woodcutter. But then that means I'm going to get to place something else. So I'll probably just place another woodcutter. Let's take a look and see if that's what the right thing to do is. Maybe I'm going to just go ahead and build towards these dies, because those might be good to oh wait. Yeah, this might be good to capture. Alright, so we can go up this way. We can go over this way. I just think this one is more the priority right now. Honestly, it's still a little too far from the rest of my empire, but it's got fresh water. It's going to be a better zone. I'm going to shoot at the warrior here just because these guys are probably going to attack me. Alright, we got an extra warrior from our friendship with the military civ. Military, what, independent state, I guess is what we should call it. Probably gonna have to bring these guys back to heal up in a second. Definitely gonna have to bring this scout back somewhere safe. If he makes it.
The fair breeze blew, the white foam flew.
Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and heal. I'm healing outside of my territory, so they're only going to heal for 10 a turn. But, I'm okay with that. We got an attribute point. Gotta remember to apply these. I don't know if you saw, but I didn't apply my scientific attribute point at the beginning of the game, and that definitely did cost me some points of science. We'll go for 15% production, so that's usually going to be about 1 hammer towards making buildings. It'll get to 2 after a time. I think we can go ahead and make Chengdu a city. Oh no, look, the price increased. Masonry is going to give us a nice tiny little boost on our hammer output. Nope, he beat us. So we didn't win a sure. That's kind of a problem, because that means expanding militarily is probably not a thing that's going to work. We're probably just going to lose this scout. The nice thing though is they're not unfriendly with us, I think. Anyway, I don't think they're going to attack us.
Do nothing which is of no use.
But we definitely wasted a lot of resources trying to get that city-state under our sway, and it didn't happen. So it's very unfortunate. We'll go here. We'll go here. And here. Alright, so that gives us extra food and extra hammers. for our capital. I'm going to get mysticism here. That'll allow us to start building altars. That'll just give us a smattering of different yields. I'm going to go ahead and kill this thing. And shoot at this one. There's our military commander. Let's get him over there. There we go, we got our Colleen. So what's that going to be? So this is a basic resource, so it has to go to a city. Colleen is one of those ones though where it only gives you +2 to your capital. It's actually really good for other cities. It's twice as effective when you send it to a smaller city that's not your capital. The only problem is there's two different types of resources, right? There's city resources and there's bonus resources. Bonus resources can be used at towns, but city resources can't. So we're going to go ahead and stick this one here, and we're going to stick this one here. My reasoning here is that we're making 26 food in the capital, so that plus 5 food is only like a 20% bonus. It's more significant for these towns, I think, to have that bonus, especially at the smaller growth point that they're at right now. It takes a lot more food for Chengdu to grow at this point than it does for my other two small towns, or sorry, for Chang'an to grow than than Chengdu and Luoyang. I should be waiting to use these until the general's closer, but I'm impatient. I'm almost ready to buy Chengdu into... Oh, look at that. We can convert it into a city now. Okay, so this is going to change things a little bit, right? I can go back into my resource menu here, and Chengdu City now can take on this Kowloon, and it'll be a better... It's +4 food instead of +2. So I can go ahead and put this back here if I want to, or I can just really focus on the growth of Chengdu City. Which I think is what I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and move the fish. I'm going to move the dates over this way. So we're getting extra food for Chengdu City. And make a saw pit. I really don't know what I'm doing with making buildings. I know they get adjacencies, but I'm really bad about understanding what the adjacencies are. And the game is actually really good about telling you when you're getting them. It just doesn't tell you how to get more in future very well. We want Luoyang to get this other Kowloon too. Yeah, this scout's basically trapped. I can do next turn maybe I'll do an open borders with Ashok. With this, Ashok is taking and he's gonna get it. So I'm not gonna spend my influence there either. It'd be nice to get a boat and maybe see if I can find a further city-state somewhere that I can make pals with. I'm not as keen as being on being a militaristic city-states friend. It is nice to get the free units, but the ones I like are the culture and knowledge ones. Get the jade online. So yeah, here if we go ahead and do open borders, then we got good things there. Then we can get our scout through. And then this guy's very unhappy with us. I'm gonna try doing a thing. Steel tack, basically. Saw pit. So here I get a culture if I stick it here. So knowing no better, I'm going to go ahead and put it there. I get a culture and a science actually by putting it in that block.
He was the first to construct a wall.
I need to do some friendly things with the Shoke. See if he'll do a research lab. Alright, and let's do a farming market as well. That'll just give us both extra food, I think. And what I'm really trying to do is I'm trying to get up to ally with them. What's our happiness? Huh. So I'm going to step and then I'm going to use the scout ability, and that reveals all the landmass over here. So now I'm just going to try to get that scout back to somewhere where he'll heal a little bit faster, if I can. I don't like this. I guess I need to come and attack Ashur. That's what we're going to try to do. Go ahead and pull back our forces. I just added in a new army. It'll move a little bit faster that way, I think. So just put all these guys into the army. We're gonna need more units, I think, to make that battle actually happen more and more. So get this. Let's go ahead and apply it somewhere. It's funny because I don't know that it's really doing us any good there, but it's a city resource, so it can only be applied into a city. It's only giving us 0.2 reduction. So we're gonna need to get some sort of building in Chengyu that gives us some money. We're going to go for buildings because we do want to do that. We got a survey. That's not really an exciting thing for us, but we'll get something for culture in a minute. That'll be better for that. Make our second library. It's one of our goals.
that we want to do with our civ, so it's an important thing. We're going to try to snag up this silk if we did. Oh, do we already have it? No, we don't already. We don't already have it, it's just in our borders.
There is another world.
There we go, we're going to go ahead and change out scout movement for gold and settlements. I believe that counts both cities and towns. We'll go ahead and bring this guy over. So we're going to need to really lay the hurting on Assure. So we'll get this silk now. The only city it's really worth putting it in is our capital. It's only giving us 0.2. That's still better than nothing. I'm going to go ahead and try to get public life here. Our Pantheon. So, I like God of the Sun the most. Production. This could be pretty nice. Stone circles. But I think I just always go here because I like just the little smattering of everything that you get from that altar. See, it's going to give us just a little bit of everything. Gonna go for the culture here just because we're kind of behind on culture. Yeah, this seems okay.
The essence of all beings is the earth.
So 20 food once or 3 gold all the time. I'll go 3 gold all the time. And it could be more gold later. More food. I kind of don't think. I don't think we want this from Pachacudi. He's kind of becoming our sworn enemy. We do have a great friend now. Go ahead and form an alliance with Ashok. So now we've got Ashok up here, who's our buddy, and we could theoretically go to war with Pachacudi. Diplomatic. Go ahead and get extra influence. We've got 10 more minutes, and then we'll call this video a done deal. Gonna go ahead and go for currency now. It'd be nice to get maybe some trade routes up or something. There's all our forces. They've spewed out. not doing anything else with our influence, so we may as well get a bunch of extra happiness. I'm gonna park this guy inside the city. He'll just heal up a little bit faster. Might shave one turn off the heal. Oh no, we were discovered. Oh no, we did get some bonus science though, so that's okay. We were discovered, so this guy that doesn't like us is going to continue to not like us more. I'll go ahead and make a wall. I'm gonna do this.
When I
Oh my
was
god,
young,
it happened so quickly. Grab some influence. See if we can get our friends here to do something. No, not really. Okay. Got some more kaolin. So we'll stick that. We're going to take this out and we're going to put this here because it's going to be slightly worth a little bit more. There. We're very unhappy in our cities now because of the war. Gonna make a specialist here. It's gonna boost growth and it's also gonna give us some extra yields. I'm gonna go ahead and purchase some warriors. Shoot, we're going to mark this. Set that guy up so we can purchase a warrior. So, whoops. Purchase. Otherwise, we're not going to win down here. Sure, we'll take some extra food.
We got our first ability there, so we're going to take Bastion. That just gives us a little bit of extra combat defense when defending. Going to do coordinated attack on the city here. It's going to make all of our units attack the city that are close by. We got the district defenses out of the way. They're just wailing on our troops. I'm going to go ahead and fire on this boat. I'm gonna kill our unit. Yep, they killed our infantry unit. Got a promotion. I usually go into assault. You can get a little +2 for attacking from there. Not that particular one, but the next one. Gonna grab another warrior. I'm really trying to kill that damn boat.
Remain less interested. He heard.
Oh, we gotta run this guy away. He's too wounded. Give us a little bit of extra strength on our infantry units if we get bronze working too. Go ahead and grab Code of Laws. We just need more warriors. Go ahead and make a spearman now. See if that helps us a little bit with the war. Oh no, they ambushed our archer. Oof. Alright, I think we're going to call it quits for now. We've got about an hour in. Hopefully you're enjoying this. Please like and subscribe, leave comments if you have any suggestions. Have a great day. I'm Kermit the Streamer.